Alright rockers, welcome back to my channel. This is Rock by Rick coming to you with my video review of a new figure that I just picked up. This is the Perfect Effects take on Leo Convoy, the copy Leo Convoy in the Nemesis colors. So this is Perfect Effects Black Leonidas, Origins Xerxes, lots of names. So you can call it whatever you want, but it is precious. We'll start with that. So it is pretty much a long anticipated figure that I've been waiting for a little while. I picked this up because of the delays on the Mega Doragon that'll be coming out hopefully soon. And I've decided to do this review in two parts so that I'm not fumbling around trying to transform it on the camera. There's plenty of videos on the transformations on the original Leonidas, and it's exactly the same minus that color scheme. So I'm not gonna fumble around too much, at least I hope not. And I'll go ahead and do my review of everything that I like and love, and some of the things that I don't like about it in robot mode. Just to give a balanced review and my honest perspective, and then we'll go ahead and transform him off camera. I have yet to actually transform him. I just kind of spent some time posing him last night, and then I haven't actually taken the time to attempt the transformation. So I'll do that off camera, and then we'll do a second review for the lion mode. So I'll go ahead and back out just a little bit and get in the frame and start messing with it a little bit and kind of have some hands-on tactile information to give you. Alright, so the first thing I want to start out with saying is this is a really solid figure. It does have kind of a tendency to have a torso shake there, which, you know, it is what it is. It's, you know, I'm sure they did whatever they could to try to make all of the weight work for it, and it is really heavy. I don't have too many really high quality third-party figures. I mean, I do have, I do have plenty of Planet X. I have like the Trypticons and stuff like that, but this is the first one that I've had that has this much die cast, or at least it feels like there's a lot, at least, because this thing is got some weight to it. You know, it almost feels like I'm holding a Magnum or something. You know, I'm just I don't know. I worry that it's almost too heavy to keep on any shelf too high, because I do worry that its weight could be against its own good in a way. But that being said, it's nice and sturdy, so I love that about it. The posability range is pretty amazing. I'll go through some of it the best I can. The face does have a kind of a ball joint, so it can have a wide range of ups, downs, lefts, rights. You know, you got the wiggles. So, to borrow one from Memgo, the wrists. I know I'm kind of skipping around, but the first problem that I really do want to mention is the wrists do not support weight at all. And with a name like Perfect Effects, I know that's a lot to ask for, to actually expect a perfect figure, but that's one thing I would have actually hoped would have been much better. So you do have to be a little creative in your posing to kind of make sure that the weight distribution is okay, and you can get it there. I find it works a lot better when you swivel or hinge out the wrist. It does have an extra hinge there, so it does seem to give it a little bit more support just from the way that he, you know, kind of holds up the mechanism. And then we'll go over the sword here in a little bit. He does have a bend at the elbow, about 90 degrees, well, over 90 degrees, I'd say. Slightly over, because you can almost use the transformation joint to give it a further range, which leaves a little bit of hollowness here, but I'm quite fond of that, you know, so I think that's nice that's there to give that little extra bit. The hands do hold their weapons by sliding in, but they do also have a open close feature, which is nice. I was hoping for individual finger articulation, but that might be too much to ask for, perhaps. but at this price point I kind of just expected it for some reason. So this sword does have a really neat feature too. It does fold into an axe, and I'll show that off in the lion video, but again, I don't want to try to fumble doing it right now. It does feel, everything feels solid about this figure, but I'm so nervous about breaking that blade, and I don't really plan on keeping it in the axe mode too often, even though it does look bitchin'. But the clip here is very awkward. I really don't like the way that it clips in and out. For some reason, it's just way too hard, and it feels like I'm putting way too much pressure on it, both unfolding it and folding it back in. I really don't like to do it, so I don't plan on doing it very often. So the Buster sword will just kind of remain as is. So then we'll go ahead and show you some of the parts that are falling off. This is the on Leonidas, it would have housed 2 blasters, and then it turns into a crossbow, which is really cool. You know, you get 3 weapons out of 1. Not in this particular case because he doesn't come with the blasters. This particular figure does not come with the ninja or samurai-esque swords or the blasters, which I'm not too upset about, because in place of, you do get the clear blue sword, which is so stunning, and I do love everything about it. It does seem like it had some prior scratching before I got it, so you know, there's some fingerprints on there, that's for me, but there's some other stuff here that was on there that I noticed right when I got it out, so you really have to look at it to notice it, so it doesn't bother me too much. And especially since from afar this blade looks just amazing, so we'll go ahead and leave that alone. I won't critique it too much. And then again, the crossbow is a really nice touch. And then with the leg articulation, we do have the forward hinge. What is that? That's a ratchet joint, which is really solid. I like those. Then there's a swivel right there. It does go back farther, but there's a lot of kibble, so I really only needed to go about that far for most of my poses anyway. And then you do have the 90-degree bend at the legs. It's a little bit further than that if you wanted to use the transformation joint, which it does have for the lion mode. So, you know, this figure does have plenty of posability. A lot of people have complained about the lion head getting in the way, but on any Beast Wars figure, there's always going to be kibble, and I think they've done a masterful job of making this figure as nice as they have. So, to be honest, it doesn't bother me in the least. In fact, this is the main selling point for the figure, is the fact that it's a lion and it has a lion head on the shoulder. So, you know what, I think that's amazing too. It doesn't bother me at all. These teeth are super sharp. So that actually makes me a little bit nervous that one day, you know, I don't know, I hope that he's not missing a tooth one day from it just snagging on something, even, I don't know, clothes, or even if I shut the mouth. I've kind of fiddled with it, and everything in there feels really solid. So maybe my judgment is misplaced, but those things are super sharp. I would have made them a little bit more, I don't know, substance, but it does add for a really cool look. Super neat. Then you do get the tail, and he does come with extra ball sockets, but I've gone ahead and left those, you know, in the package in case there's any reason to replace any one of these. And then I think that about sums it up for the articulation for the most part. You know, there's a little bit more that I haven't covered with the swiveling on the foot, and it has different kind of feet options there. But, you know, you have all the standard poses. It's pretty much able to do the Iron Man and all the major things that you'd expect from it. It does have torso, swivel, and I think this is part of the transformation, but it has an ab crunch, you know, of sorts, so that's cool, and an ab lean. So I don't know that that's intended, but I actually like it because I think it adds for more character. And then the tip of the tail becomes 2 different daggers, which is really cool. I haven't split these apart yet, so let's see, I guess it just comes apart just that easy, and yes it does. Super sharp, really neat. While I love it being sharp, again, those make me nervous that, again, sometimes that the tip could break off. I actually do prefer it when it's a little bit more muddled at the tip. You know, you really can't tell the difference at a distance. Try that tongue twister 10 times. And then it just folds back up into that neat little pocket sword or pocket tail blade. Okay, so those are definitely all the pluses, and I've gone over a couple of the minuses. I don't know that I have too much more to critique on it in robot mode. These do, a lot of the kibble is removable if you don't want it to be there. Again, I'm a fan of Beast Wars, and Beast Wars always has kibble, so that doesn't bother me at all. A lot of stuff pins in really tight, which is good for posing, bad for transforming. So you got both. These things are really cool. They're actually cooler than I expected them to be, because you can kind of make hip skirt guns out of them. These pistons are really Prime-esque. I don't know if that's a thing, but they just really remind me of kind of an Optimus Prime look, and they're posable in different directions. So that's just neat. I really like that. And then the claws themselves are also posable. Metal, die cast, not lost on me. I love that they're doing that, especially for the weapons. You know, if you wanted to, you could actually refer to this as a real knife of sorts. You know, and then from what I understand, it's supposed to clip on. But I haven't figured out how that works, to be honest. Like, I've looked in the reviews. It's supposed to just kind of pop on. But I haven't figured that out. So anyway, they're supposed to sit on like that. Anyway, so this is my probably horrible unscripted review of the robot mode. And we'll catch you next time with him in line mode. Thanks again for checking out my channel, and I'll come to you with more news and reviews and get better as I go, and hopefully you've enjoyed everything I've shown you so far.